shit, it's recording. I didn't even hit record, but yeah, I haven't done one of these in a while. Seems like a good time as I'm back to being in complete solitude in my house, and yeah, there's a lot to go over. Life is testing me in a way that, yeah, I never expected, but yeah, I'm mentally feeling like, I know, like I've been teased for years now that like I'm coming out of the tunnel of darkness, but and then I keep being thwarted, for lack of a better term, and I continue to have to fight for my sanity and for some kind of love, some kind of meaning. And the more I am disappointed with people I thought I could count on, the more I am emboldened, or whatever the word is. I'm taken aback by the kindness of strangers, and it's the most beautiful thing is to see people that have nothing, they don't know you, and they see you at your worst and they still care about you because they have a, I don't know, they're I guess you could just equate it to being healthy. Like I know I'm talking in complete, this is definitely a video diary style thing, because no one's gonna understand what the fuck I'm talking about in this video, but I just feel like talking to the camera again, because who else am I gonna talk to, really? Yeah, so having said that, I'll keep this in the style of video diary, because I've already started that way, and kind of look back at, post this to my channel. I'm back on the Adderall. I went back to, I drove to Florida, went to a psych ward, got disappointed by family. That's an understatement of a lifetime. Had an actual hellish experience in a psych ward in Florida. I spent Christmas with a guy I met in the psych ward who was unaliving himself as I met him, and as I walked in, he was unaliving himself. That's how I met this guy and his long story short, once I got out, I gave him my number. I got out first, then he got out, and we slowly got to know each other even better. Only person I've met on this planet has, so far, that has a story that's similar to mine, and how we both ruined our lives and made horrible decisions. But it's a beautiful thing. Like, God or the universe, whatever, I have to believe that it's not random, and things happen for a reason. Like, even if they don't, they do, in the sense that they are happening. Therefore, to not find meaning in them is silly. And the reason I met this guy was his story gave me so much strength, and I hope I can help him, because he's kind of like a few, he's like a year or so behind where I was, or he's where I was about a year ago, and just an absolute mess. Of self-hatred and shame and sadness and depression and everything, and hopelessness and all that stuff there. You cannot see the, the bottom line is I spent Christmas with his family, and they just had a trailer, and it's beautiful, and it's Jeff, if you ever come across this video, I hope you're well, and I love you, and you're gonna be fine, and just hang in there, man, and call me anytime you need to. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be a little convoluted in this, but here I'm talking to a camera, whatever. I need to keep track of myself, and yeah, eventually, someday, I'm gonna try and do something with YouTube, and do something with these like vlogs and some kind of podcasty again. Like, it's just nothing changes, and I can make excuses forever, but yeah, I need to start getting out of my comfort zone in a bit even bigger way. I feel like I already drove to fucking Florida, went to a psych ward. I was basically alone the entire time in a state that I don't know, and I only know one person. I knew 2 people by the time I left, but one that actually, two. I guess both people weren't exactly in the best state to know me, but or me to know them, or vice versa. So, you know, not the best thing, but yeah. So getting out of my comfort zone is gonna be huge. These next few months, I'm going to try and write things down more and achieve these goals like I used to back in COVID days. But, you know, it's just been really hard with, you know, I'm learning a lot, you know, with I'll being other focused and all this stuff where, you know, I didn't realize how much I was like trying to help others so that they would love me versus just help myself. Because at the end of the day, no one's going to help you but yourself, especially if you got the family that I have. Pretty sadistic, pretty sick. And yeah, I'm really working on that too. Like, I do realize I as I told my bartender friend all this shit, and I like to tell really negative stories because it's just like, I'm not a good storyteller, so I just say the facts and it's like entertaining, and then I hope that's like, you know, at least it's a good story, but it's also complaining. You know, it's like the common denominator is me, and I need to realize that, not realize, but I need to like, I know I need to kind of let that go and not, I think it's almost childish, and it scares me, frankly, because it's that gambler, like that fucking, you know, gambling, like, gamblers play to lose, so they have a story and then they can try and build back up. It's like a self-defeating, self-destruction. It's so cute when you're young, and it's like not cute anymore, and I feel like that's like kind of like a derivative of that, or a proxy of like self-defeating, you know, thinking to tell stories about how bad things are going. It's like there's definitely always a percentage of sympathy and like shock value, but it's all, at the end of the day, it's what's behind it is, I think, a self-belief pattern that is not healthy, and that like, and people aren't gonna be like, oh yeah, all this bad stuff's happening, let's hang out. Like, you're not doing anything for yourself. Like, I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense to myself later, because again, this video is not really for anyone else. It's maybe Jeff if you pop in, but anyway, I'm gonna start driving, I guess, and head to the gym. Make sure I got everything here. But yeah, might as well just keep this shit recording. Why not? Let's get out of here. Yep, so I've been working on either renting my house or selling it, and maybe moving to Florida or getting a condo. And I feel like I've been doing this for a year, and I just don't know what to do. I don't know. It's, yeah, I gotta pick a path, and I just know it's not a day job. Like, this is the sickest time, because I literally have lost everything. I got nothing to lose, and just, to me, it's like the worst thing I could do is to do what essentially led me to my complete collapse of my life, which was working in a warehouse and working myself to death, and losing all my mental health, and not being able to not have any support, and just completely falling. No one picking me back up, which, again, it's like everything happens for a reason. That strengthened me in some ways. I don't know. But having said all that, why not just do the dream? Like, I don't know. And just, like, the dream has always been, like, just making people happy for a living, like, making funny content and being with people that, and that's my thing, is it's hard for me to self-motivate. Like, I still don't think I have the balls to do things totally alone when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. But then again, who gives a fuck? Like, that's the best thing about being alone, is you can do things exactly when you feel like doing them, and you don't have to rely on anyone. And I'm slowly trying to get the benefits of, embrace the benefits of that, of being alone. And that's one of them. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, that's on the docket. And it's like, my whole life I made excuses. Like, it's so, and everyone does that, but like, I know for me personally, I've always made excuses. Like, when I have X amount of money, blah, 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 blah. Like, when I have this, once I get this, then I'll this. Like, I don't know. Like, I need to start shaking shit up and getting things moving and, like, taking risks. And, like, I mean, I've already taken risks in every other way. It's like, why not just be public about it? I don't know. Like, and I don't know. I think my biggest fear in 2025 and is just that, and it's been my fear for a few years now. Like, basically, when I used to always film myself, I used to always film with my friends and do skate videos and dumb jackassy shit, and that was always the dream too, of course, like a lot of kids, fucking around. And but the society has gotten, like, so much more, like, narcissistic. Everyone's famous. Like, just, like, it almost feels like, and I get older and wiser and can kind of, it's harder to, like, be ignorant to certain, like, pathologies in society, like the narcissism, like the traits of narcissism that we have going on. Like, everyone's always looking for this, like, external validation, which I'm the proof, like, that you will lose your entire life and mind if you make your identity, based off of your external validation, or you make your happiness contingent on how much validation you get externally from people, and even a significant other with codependency. So I guess there's a healthy way to do it. I think maybe it comes down to the content and how much you're actually helping people, but it's a gray area, like, how much are you helping someone if you're, I don't know. Maybe, I think maybe, yeah, I'm overthinking it probably, like I do with everything nowadays. I don't know when I've just become, like, it's like that great dictator speech, and one of the things, like, you think too much and feel too little, and, like, there's, like, you can think yourself into, as I'm doing right now on this stupid fucking video, it's like, just too aware, and it's paralysis of analysis. At the end of the fucking day, like, I'm too afraid of, like, making a mistake, but not in a way of being judged, although I am, but in a way of like, partially trauma response from, like, whatever things went horribly wrong in my life, and just going all gas, no brakes, with no real, it was just a hedonistic fucking death spiral, and that's pretty straightforward. But now I think, so one part, it's like a little bit of the trauma from that, but also it's just like, I'm not too inspired by, like, I haven't seen something that I'm like, oh, I want to be like that guy, or, it's just the dilution of everything now in society. It makes me kind of just want to, I don't know, man, it kind of scares the shit out of me. It scares the fucking shit out of me, because what do you work out for? You work out for yourself first and foremost. But the secondary thing is, you know, you want attention, maybe like a woman. You know, you want to attract a mate. You want to be healthy and happy with, you know, have a little validation maybe, and that, like, attract a mate. But then the gender wars kind of like, you know, put a poo-poo in that a little bit. So it's not as straightforward as, like, you know, there's a lot of problems out the gender wars. It's not, and that's all very confusing. And so it's like, it's not, you know, it's not as cut and dry as working out and, you know, finding someone because you're in shape. So then that takes away motivation to work out. Then, like, creating art, it's like, well, one, people can steal it. Then it's like, shit, they can just repost stuff and they can cut it up and make, you know, remonetize your shit. And I don't know why that came up first. Like, the first thing is, you know, it's just, I don't know, like, it's squirrel brain content. So I don't, even me, like, I grew up with, you know, the jackass and ADHD, like, give me the information right now type of, like, stuff. And, you know, I definitely have that ADHD brain. But I mean, these shorts, like, I hate YouTube shorts with a passion. It actually is damaging our brains. I wake up every morning and it's hard for me not to, I go on YouTube to, like, maybe look at a song or something. It's like, then the shorts are right there at the front. And then once I'm sure once I am aware that they're going and I'm watching them, then I stop. But then I, like, all of a sudden it's like a nervous tick and I start doing it again. It is actually sick. And I consider myself with, like, above average willpower. Like, I'm going to the gym at 7 a.m. like every single morning. Like, so I have some willpower. I just, you know, it's fucking horrible. It's so bad for society. It makes me, my favorite app has always been YouTube, you know, like, and it's kind of like every app now is just, like, bullshit. I don't know. Ugh. This would be a really negative video, but here I'm just talking, so whatever. I don't know, I find this helpful because the world is speeding up, and it'd be nice to look at this in 10 years, and I don't want to feel like the crazy one. Like, you know, there's constant reminders that I'm not crazy as far as, like, whatever, being depressed or having lack of meaning or whatever. Like, there's so many people right now, and it's good that we have YouTube for that, to kind of, like, it's like we're all just, like, this one big trauma bond of society. Post-COVID, we've all, like, devolved, whatever. Yeah, I think we've devolved to, like, a less kind, more cynical, sick society, and it's fucked. Anyway. So I personally am going to be content just taking Adderall, occasionally going out to the bars and drinking, maybe having some laughs. But mainly, you know, taking the Addy, going to the gym, feeling good, feeling present, and I don't know, honestly making change as far as doing YouTube. Like, I just want maybe create an audience and you know, have some kind of value to add. Seems like the perfect time. Oh, that's a giant hole. Ooh, let's not go in that. But anyway, here we're at the gym. Planet Fitness, baby. Talk to you guys later. I'm glad I got a video out. It's been a while. All right, take care, everybody. If you made it this far, holy shit. Love you.